Circles won't appear that often on the SHSAT, maybe 1 or 2 problems per test. Should the topic of circles be worthy of your attention then? Well, depending on your score, these 1 to 2 circle problems can be responsible for 10 to 30 points on the actual test. Moreover, the topic itself is super easy. Watch. So here's a circle, and the circle has a radius. When you extend the radius, you get the diameter, and yes, 2 times the radius is equal to the diameter. Moving on. The circumference of the circle is 2 pi r. The arc length, the length of that little arc, is 2 pi r times theta over 360, where theta is the angle of that little arc. Finally, the area of the circle is pi r squared. The area of a sector is pi r squared times theta over 360, where theta is the angle of that little sector. That's all you need to know about circles. Let's now get to the problems. If your SHSAT test is coming up in 2 months, 2 weeks, or 24 hours, and you cannot crack the math section, check out our last-minute CRAM course designed to improve your SHSAT score by 50 to 75 points within just 24 hours of focused study. You can find the link to the last-minute CRAM course in the description below. Also, do not forget to subscribe to our channel and like our video. So the first problem is problem 106, test A, SHSAT 2022. A car travels at 4,400 feet per minute. The radius of each tire on the car is 1 foot. How many revolutions does one of these tires make in 1 minute, where pi is 22/7? So let's try to digest this problem. So we have a tire, and the tire has a radius of 1 foot. Therefore, the circumference, therefore the distance that the tire can go through in 1 revolution is 2 pi r, but radius is equal to 1, so it's just 2 pi. So that's the distance per revolution. Now, the car still travels 4,400 feet per minute, so 4,400 feet per minute. And all we have to do is to divide this by the 2 pi, and that's the problem. Sounds super complicated, that's all we have to find. Now, pi is asked of us to be approximated by 22/7, so let's just do like that. 4,400 divided by 2 pi, so 2 times 22/7, or 4,400 divided by 44/7. If you can solve this fraction, you are golden. So that's equal to 4,400 over 1 divided by the 44/7, flip the second fraction, 4,400 over 1 multiplied by 7/44 divided by 44, 1 divided by 44, 100. So you have 100 times 7, or 700 revolutions. The answer is E. The next problem is problem 74, test B, SHSAT 2022. A large circular dinner plate has a radius of 20 centimeters. Let me just start drawing right away. So we have a large plate, and the radius is 20 centimeters. A smaller circular plate with a circumference of 20 pi centimeters is placed in the center. So if you have a smaller plate right there, the question is, what is the radius? Well, we know it's 20 pi as a circumference, so 20 pi is equal to 2 pi r. If you cancel the pi, 20 is equal to 2r, therefore r is equal to 10 centimeters. So the small plate has a radius of 10 centimeters. What is the area of the part of the large dinner plate that is not covered by the smaller plate? So therefore we're looking for this area right there. And to find this shaded in green area, all we have to do is the big circle area minus the small circle area. The area for a circle in general is pi r squared. So therefore we do pi times 20 squared minus pi times 10 squared, which is equal to 400 pi, minus 100 pi, which is equal to 300 pi. The answer is H. The next problem is problem 100 from test B, SHSAT 2022. Surprisingly, this is one of the easiest problems, and surprisingly at the same time, this is one of the most challenging problems based on my students' feedback. In the quarter circle above, what is y in terms of x? And then all these weird answer choices. Well, you have this as a radius x plus 1. You have this as a radius, which is equal to y plus 2. So all I have to do is just x plus 1 is equal to y plus 2. Now we have to solve for y, so minus 2 minus 2. You get x minus 1 is equal to y, and the answer is E. The next problem is problem 58, and it's definitely made very complex. In the figure below shows a circle with a hole in the middle. The outer diameter of the circle is 1 1/4 of an inch. So it's right here. So therefore, if the diameter is 5/4, then the radius is going to be equal to 5/8. And the radius, the area of the largest circle is going to be pi times 5/8 squared. Now, the diameter of the hole is 1/4 of an inch right here. So therefore, the radius is 1/8. And therefore, the area of that one is going to be pi times 1/8 squared. Now, what is the area of the shaded region? Problem is to the nearest 100th of a square inch, and that's the biggest problem. So we need to find this area right there. So all we have to do is just do the subtraction. So far, so good. If you're gonna factor the pi, you're gonna get 25/64 minus 1/64, which is equal to pi times 24/64. If you divide both by 8, we get pi times 3/8. We had the multiple choice we would be able to guess, etc., but this is unfortunately a gradient answer. So we know that pi is equal to 22/7. So let's try to approximate 22/7 times 3/8. Now cancel this by divide by 2, divide by 2. So you get 33/28. And now we have to use our imagination to figure out what this is equal to the nearest 100th. So let's do the long division. Unfortunately, there is nothing else we can do. 33, 28, 1 minus 28. This is 5. Add dot 0, 1 minus 28 is equal to 22. Add the 0. This is roughly 7 minus 196. This is equal to 24. Unfortunately, we are not done. We have to continue. 240. I think this is either 7 or 8, probably 8, minus 160 plus 64, so minus 224 is 16. So we get 1.178, which is rounded to 1.18, and that is our answer. The problem overall is easy, but unfortunately this shenanigan right here just made it super complicated. Next problem, problem 114, test A, SHSAT 2023. Terry wants to pour cement around the edge of the circular patio in her backyard. The patio has a radius of 5 feet. What is the distance in feet around the edge of the patio? Use 3.14 for pi. So all we have to do is just find out 2 pi r and plug it in. So 2 is 2, pi is 3.14 because that's what they said, and r is obviously 5. Now multiply these, you get 10 times 3.14 or 31.4, and the answer is F. Let's get to the next one, problem 72, test B, SHSAT 2023. P is the center of the circle above, R, S, and T are points on the circle. What is the value of X? So we need to find this distance right here. So let's figure this out. If the radius is equal to 12, then the diameter, which is this thingy, is equal to 24. If we are to remove this 5, we're going to get the answer. So 24 minus 5 is equal to 19, and the answer is H. I genuinely like this one, problem 94, test A, SHSAT 2024, because it's just so sharp. The shaded sector of the circle shown above has an area of 18 pi square feet. So the area of this sector right there is 18 pi. What is the circumference of the circle? In order to find the circumference of the circle, we just need to do 2 pi r. But we don't have the r. But we can find the r. So the area of the sector is pi r squared times theta over 360. So that's equal to pi r squared, which we need to find, times 45 degrees, the theta is the angle, 45, over 360, and that is magically equal to 18 pi right there. Cancel the pi's. Now we got r squared. If you do the multiplication, the simplification, you're gonna get 1 over 8 is equal to 18. Multiply by 8 on both sides, so r squared is equal to 18 times 8, which is equal to 144. And r squared therefore is equal to 144. One more time, and r is equal to 12. So the radius is 12. Now 2 pi r therefore is equal to 2 pi times 12, which is equal to 24 pi. The answer is F. And final problem, problem 109. That's one of the most complicated problems. How do I know? Because almost all of my students failed this one when they first attempted it. So the garden design shown above is created in the shape of 3 semicircles whose diameters lie on the sides of an equilateral triangle. If each diameter is 2 meters long, so let me just accent it right here. So 2 meters long. So this is 2, and this is also 2. So therefore the radius is equal to 1. What is the perimeter of the garden in meters? So we have to find the length of this, the length of that, and the length of this. Now mind you, if it was a full circle, it would have been 2 pi r. But since it's a semicircle, remove the 2. So now it's just pi r. The radius is equal to 1. Hence this here is equal to pi r, or just pi times 1, or just pi. Now we have pi here, pi here, pi here, total 3 pi, and the answer is C. If your SHSAT is coming up in 2 months, 2 weeks, or 24 hours, you need to check out the last-minute CRAM course now. This course is designed specifically for you to help you improve your SHSAT score by 50 to 75 points within just 24 hours of focused study. Find the link to the last-minute CRAM course in the description below. Bye-bye.